So I found these smoker chips online. I kind of thought I could make something out of them. I knew it was going to be an epoxy. I'm gluing them down because I'm afraid if I kind of put them in the mold, they're going to float. And I was trying to go for a little more randomness, and I thought maybe if I glued them, it would be better. I ended up putting them, it ended up being more of a row or ring. I wanted a little more random from it. I didn't get it, but you never know. Maybe I'll think of some other project I can do with these. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to glue these down with some CA glue, just kind of hold them there so they don't float with me when I put them in the epoxy. Designer Epoxy has sent me some samples to try, but this one I bought my own money, so this is mine. I love this crystal ice white from Designer Epoxy, this pigment. It's one of my favorites. I was happy I could use it. I was kind of going for a frozen bowl, kind of de-thawed, so it kind of broke and froze up since it's been so cold lately. I ended up mixing up about a little under 3 liters. It was quite a deep pour. I went through a good portion of the epoxy that I had on hand. The smoker chips are packed in pretty tight. There's a lot of nooks and crannies and places for air bubbles to get trapped. So I'm putting it into the vacuum pot. So I'm going to pull all the air out, hopefully pulling the air out of those cracks and replacing it with epoxy. So as I pull it up, the epoxy starts to boil, it starts to bubble as I pull air out of the smoker chips. Then I let it go, and the epoxy goes back into the holes that were there and back into the smoker chips. And I'm going to do this for about 30 minutes. It gets pretty boring. I'm going to show you a few minutes of it, but we'll keep pulling that vacuum, then releasing it. After the vacuum pot, we go to the pressure pot. Pressure pot's the opposite. We're going to apply about 70 psi pressure here. This takes the air bubbles and compresses them down and makes them invisible, and it gives me a nice clear pour. That 2x4 as I used for a structure to hold all the chips together is now kind of in the way. So I'm going to start by drilling it out, and then I'm going to turn it away. So I'm breaking out my homemade steady rest, which is supposed to stop the bolt from moving while turning it. I really don't need it here, but I'm trying to make sure it's going to work for me because potentially I have some upcoming projects where I'm going to need it. So I'm going to do some experimenting with this project. I'm going to use the steady rest. I'm going to use the hollowing rig. Even though I don't need it, this bowl I can turn without those two things, but I'm practicing and I'm trying them and seeing how they work. I'm wearing fingerless gloves here, and I know you're not supposed to wear gloves when you turn it, but the epoxy is kind of coming off in these little crystal chunks, and it hurts. And I can't get enough RPMs because of the steady rest, so again, this is an experiment. I figure fingerless gloves are better than nothing, and it stops it from hurting as much. Okay, I have removed the steady rest because I can't get enough RPMs with it. And I've switched to the Lyle Jamison hollowing rig. Now I really probably don't need the hollowing rig for this bowl. I can get in there with my standard tools, but I can see in here, and when I do a base with this, I can't really see what's going on inside. So I'm doing it like this so I can get a feel for how the tool works and how I'm supposed to use it, so that later when I can't see what's going on, I have a better idea. Yeah, I kept the gloves on when I'm using the hollowing rig. I just forgot to take them off, and my hands aren't even close to the bowl, so there's no point in it, no gain for anyone with gloves right now. I'll remove the hollowing rig, and now I'm going back to my standard carbides to finish it up and get a nice clean cut. I found this to be a very challenging turn. The chips are in here kind of randomly, so I go from cutting epoxy to cutting chips, and it's very shaky. It's not a smooth cut. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I got it done. I've been asking everybody to please comment. Do you like the voiceovers? Do you not like the voiceovers? I can't do audio from the shop itself. It's very noisy down there. The dust collection, the air filters. It's a basement. There's a lot of water and stuff running. So I usually have to do the voiceovers up here, and the voice from the shop is this. But let me know if you like the voiceovers, if you don't, in the comments. And please like and subscribe. I'm going to put a thin coat of epoxy on this bowl. I'm using Designer Epoxy Pro Series. Designer Epoxy sent me this at no charge for me to use. I thank Designer Epoxy, and I'm trying it out, seeing how I like it. And so far, I think I like it. It came out very well on this bowl. The last bowl, I put it on too thick and it sagged, but this one came out much better. I also had a bit of a chip out in the bottom with one of the smoker chips. So I'm using Designer Epoxy UV resin to fix that up. Now, this one I paid for. They did send me some UV resin, and I haven't broken into that yet. So this one is from me. But again, thanks to Designer Epoxy for sending that to me, and they're a great company. And if you're looking for epoxy, go to Designer Epoxy. Now that we're finished, I'm going to wet sand this with the Scotch pads. I'm going to go gray and white. Just kind of take any bumps off from it, take any little flecks of anything that's in there, and it's going to come out to be a nice, pretty glow. I always find taking the glue block off to be stressful. The piece is done, it's ready, all I got to do is take it off. I'm getting better at it. This one came off pretty easily with a little bit of help from a screwdriver. Then I'll clean the bottom up, and I'm going to put some Waterlux gloss on the cherry in the bottom to seal it, and I'll put one of my tokens in. I have a little wooden token with my website on it and my name on it that I put on the bottom to brand the bowl. I'm supposed to wood burn a number into that because all my bowls are numbered, but it turns out my handwriting sucks and it's even worse when I'm wood burning. So I've ordered some that are pre-printed, but this one is the older one. And as you can see here, I'm polishing it up. You can see how that wet sanding really made the epoxy glow. I'm very happy with Designer Epoxy Pro Series as that final finish. Cherry on the bottom is unprotected, so I'm going to add some Waterlux gloss to it so that cherry is protected and it's ready to go. We'll let that dry overnight, and then we will polish it up with the Be All buffing system. This one's our wrap. We're going to shine it up with the Be All buffing system. I want to thank everybody for watching. Let me know if you like the voiceovers or not in the comments, and just please comment. I need the engagement. It really helps the channel and really helps me with YouTube if you comment and watch the video all the way through. So please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.